Compliant provisioning is the capability to perform access requests with the layered-in concept of risk analysis. This means that we can submit access requests for new or a change of access or revocation of access, and we have the ability to run a risk analysis in advance of that access being provisioned to ensure that we're not introducing any net new risk into the environment without being aware of it and being able to address it in advance of that provisioning. What we'll demonstrate here is the use of the end user portal. The concept of the portal is to simplify the ability for end users to access their key functionalities that they may want to do throughout the day. So as we can see here, we have the ability to navigate to things like an organization chart, our own information where we can see our profile as well as reset our password. We can submit access requests, track requests, pending approvals, pending violations or certifications, depending on what our responsibilities are as an end user. For this example, we'll simply navigate to the request access tile. Tile then brings us to a screen where we can select between creating a user, modifying access, terminating access, or requesting elevated access, which is temporary time-bound access. Here, we'll go ahead and modify existing access. The first thing that we need to do is select the system for which we want to change our access. For this example, we'll use SuccessFactors. The next thing we'll do is go ahead and select the user and click the next button. Here within role selection, we can see the actively assigned roles for the user that was selected. This gives us the ability, should we so choose, to select a role and remove it. Additionally, we can select roles to add. We can do this by searching, filtering, clicking, and copying the role back. We also have the ability to copy from an existing user or to utilize something like Role Advisor, which lets us use information about our users, such as department or organization, to look for recommended roles. Once we've selected all of the roles that we want to add, we'll run a risk analysis. If any risks are present, we'll see the risks section pop up here, and we can navigate to that to review the risk details. Now, as we can see here, both of these risks are old for this user. This means that they are pre-existing risks based on the existing role assignments. And we can see the details of them and even export this. If it was a new risk, we would see that additional line item with the status indicated as new. With this in mind, we can now return to our role selection. This gives us the opportunity to reconfirm that we do not want to revoke any roles that are impacting our risks or add any additional roles, and check again for risks. We go on to next, where we can add our comments and submit our request. Once we've completed the submission, we can see the status of our request by navigating to Show My Requests. Additionally, should we return to our portal home screen, we have the ability to track any of our submitted and pending requests from this icon as well. Now, if we are an approver and we want to see any pending approvals that are waiting for our action, we can select the tile for pending approvals. Again, the concept of the portal is simple, ease of use access for our end users so that they can navigate quickly and easily to anything that they may need to perform. Here we can see any requests that are pending our approval. We can see the ID. This is a request details brief pop-up where we can see the information about the user and the roles selected. We can see the details here of requested object, how long this request has been waiting for us, the current step, i.e. who is waiting for approval with, and then we have the ability to add our approval, our decline of the access, check into those approval details, or if we want to, look at the specifics. We can see the request info, if anything has been attached. We can see the identity of the user, the new roles that they requested access to be assigned for. If there was a risk that occurred, we see the details here, as well as our ability to mitigate. Again, we're practicing compliant provisioning, so we want to ensure that if there are risks present, that we mitigate those prior to that provisioning out to the system. If we have follow-up questions for anyone based on this access request, we can submit that here, as well as identify the recipient of that question. We can see the details of our request. So again, the status, who has approved this request and who it may be pending with. And then the details of those approvals, what has been declined or approved for each individual role. And then we also have the ability to approve or decline the request. And with this, that completes our ability to submit compliant provisioning requests and action them.